Hey everybody, my name is Josh, joshhallmusic.com. This is the Shavasana Kitty YouTube channel, and we are doing a continuation of the deep dive into the key of G major. We've been doing harmonic cycles. Last time we did harmonic cycle of 2 and cycle of 3. And if you watch that video, you'll notice that this is on a playlist for that begins with harmonic cycles, so that you hopefully I can demystify harmonic cycles a little bit for you. Um, this today is going to be harmonic cycle of 4. Now we're staying within the key of G, the diatonic harmonic cycle of 4s. Here's the thing, if you're on the internet and you're looking around and you're seeing the cycle of fifths, chances are the way it's described is that everything is moving equally within that interval structure. So I take a chord like G, and then I move to whatever chord is a perfect fourth away from it. And you end up going through all 12 of the major chords in a circle if you do that. And so I'll just give you a little demo of what that is. So you'd be like G to C to F to B flat to E flat to A flat to D flat. I use the word F sharp to B to E to A to D and then back to G. And you just got all 12 major chords done in a cycle. And that's actually kind of a useful tool to just learn your chords, but it's not in a particular key. It changes keys constantly, and so it's fun to improvise over. But when you're writing, and it can be cool when you're writing a song to cycle through something like that, but it's not diatonic. And so this video series right now is about being diatonic, and that means we're not always going to be doing perfect intervals. When we did a diatonic cycle of 2, we had major seconds and minor seconds. We also had major chords, minor chords, and diminished chords. It wasn't all the same chord. When we did a diatonic cycle of 3, we had major thirds and minor thirds that we were moving, and we had major chords, minor chords, and diminished chords. In the diatonic cycle of 4, we're going to have the same thing. Sometimes we're going to have perfect fourths. Sometimes we're going to have augmented fourths. So here we go. Remember, the key of G is G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and then G as it returns. Those are the notes we're going to be choosing from. Those are the notes that we're building our chords from. And so that's how we're going to move when we use our cycle of 4. So we start with G, and we're going to count 4 away. We start with G, and we're going to count 4 away. We go G, A, B, C. Our next chord is C major. We count from C, we count 4. So we go C, D, E, F sharp. Now right here is where we have our first break with the it's got to be a perfect fourth kind of thing, because C to F sharp is a tritone. It is a augmented fourth. All right, it's not a flatted 5 because the fifth in relation to C would be a G. Yeah, it sounds the same as flat 5, but theoretically we're playing an F sharp, which is a raised fourth. All right, the note F is a perfect fourth away. The note F sharp is a raised fourth. And the chord we make off of F sharp diatonically in the key of G is F sharp diminished. So there we go. 4 away from F sharp diminished is going to be B minor, F sharp, G, A, B minor. 4 away from B minor will be B, C, D, E minor. 4 away from E minor will be A minor, E, F sharp, G, A. 4 away from A minor will be D major. So we go A, B, C, D. And then from D, 4 away is going to be G major, D, E, F sharp, G. And we just returned. We just had that's our diatonic cycle. We went through all 7 chords in the key of G in a little loop, moving by fourths. So let's do that again. So we go G to C, F sharp diminished, to B minor, to E minor, to A minor, to D major, to G. I'm going to do that again, but I'm going to play my F sharp down here, and I'm going to play my E minor down here. This gives us a little bit different take on the sound, and might be more recognizable to some of you. It's going to go like this: G to C, F sharp to B minor to A. And keeping the same descending, I wanted to play D right there, but it changes the rule that I have for myself of holding it on these 3 strings. All right, but I'll play it that way just so you can hear it, because it has the descending bass line action that a typical harmonic cycle of fourths within a diatonic key will have. So listen to this again. So we go G to C, and then we're going to go down, and then we're back, and then we go down, and then we go up, and then we go down, and then we're back. All right. So for a lot of people, that might be the way you practice it, and you can totally do that playing little arpeggios. Like I said, you go up one, down another. That's an excellent way to go. You might want to just try this with your folk chords too. So you sit there and you got your G, and then you go to C, and then you got your F sharp diminished to B minor, to E minor, to A minor, to D, to G. And you have a nice little sequence that is used in a whole lot of songs. And so everything from popular music to jazz to classical music, this shows up all over the place in terms of your music. So do this. Put it onto iReal Pro or put it on your loop pedal. Make the cycle, and then improvise over it using, I would use those little arpeggios just to cycle through. I have a whole practice where I cycle fourth using diatonic 7th chords, and it's kind of a fun little thing to do. So if you thought this was useful, go to my website, joshhallmusic.com, sign up for my newsletter. I give out free lessons every week. You might find those useful as well. Like, comment, subscribe. Helps me grow this channel. And we will see you next time. Have a good one.